Good morning, y'all. So I figured I'd try my hand at a little bit of a vlog type video, and I realized we've got some new people around here, so I also thought I'd take this video and kind of give you a little bit more information about who we are and just what the heck we're doing here. So today's goal is laundry. I have got my oh we have a mosquito net up for the door. There you go. I've got my washing machine going on our EcoFlow. I think that's the Delta 2. So I've got the first load of laundry going, and I've got about 5 or 6 more to get through since it was raining the past week. I wasn't able to get a lot of things done. So today is a huge catch-up day, and I don't know, y'all want to come along with me? Chris is going to be working on planing some boards so we can go ahead and get some more of the wood done. So what we're doing for our walls in the bedroom / entryway of the tiny home is that these are cedar planks from like you would get at Lowe's, and so we haven't started on this wall yet at all. So this is where the wood stove will eventually go, in this corner here. So our goal today is to get this buttoned up. So we've had a stack of planks sitting in the tiny home for probably over a week or 2 now, just to get them acclimated and get them dried up, because sometimes when you get them from Lowe's, they're wet. So now that they're pretty dry, Chris is going to plane them. He's going to rip them on a table saw, and then we'll come in here and measure and then cut it to what we need. And so hopefully the 15 planks will be enough to do this entire wall right here. And so just in case I do run into a wood stove at a good deal on Facebook Marketplace, then I can, buy it up. So, and have a place to put it. So anyways, come along with us today. I'll try to film, little bits and pieces as we go, and also tell you a little bit more about us. So come along. So may have to just zoom in on Chris doing his work over there and tell you what he's doing, because he's got to run the generator in order to run the planer, and it is really loud over there. So I don't want to subject y'all to a super loud noise. So I'll probably just zoom in on him and then be like, there's Chris. Alright, so there is Christopher doing the little plane and stuff. Hopefully it's not too loud. Yeah, so you can see the planks that we get from Lowe's. They're just cedar fence pickets, and then we just plane them down to get that rough edging off, and then they actually turn out really beautiful. So I played back the footage outside, and it was so loud, so I didn't want to make y'all have to listen to that the entire time, so I figured I'd just bring you inside and show you what it looks like once it's on the actual walls. So this is what those cedar planks turned into. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? But the only problem is it is a little cheaper to do than some stuff, but it takes a long time and it's a lot of labor. But it looks gorgeous. I love it. So we are just waiting. He is still, I don't even know if you can see him. Can you see him? Boop. There he is. He's still out there planing the boards. I don't know if we'll get time to do the actual putting them up today, so this may turn into a 2-day vlog, but that's okay. So while we wait on Chris to finish up outside, I figured since we have so many new followers here that I would take a moment just to give you a little peek into who we are. So Chris and I have been together for 23 years, I think almost 23 years, and we have a 17 going on 18-year-old daughter. So we are almost empty nesters, pretty crazy. So we have been prepping pretty much the entire time. I didn't even really know it was a word. I just thought having backup supplies and a full pantry was normal everyday adult behavior. And it didn't dawn on me until I saw that show Doomsday Preppers. I was like, oh, we may be the weird ones. So over the years, we've homesteaded just about every scenario. So from apartments to rented homes, we rented a farmhouse at one point, and in 2019 we bought our first home. It was just 3/4 of an acre, a little brick home, and so I spent the 3 years that we lived there just planting as many fruit trees and perennials that I could, since that was really the first time in our lives that the land was ours, So 2 years ago, we kind of decided that world's just gotten a little too crazy for us, and that it was time for us to like make our off-grid dreams really a reality. So we sold off everything that we owned. If it wasn't like homestead or like prepper related, we sold off, you know, everything and moved to a small property in the Appalachian Mountains. It's only 2.5 acres, which is good enough for me and Chris. And we moved up here in a camper and had a 10x16 shed delivered. So for the first year, that is how we lived. So it was very crappy. I hated it. You will hear me bitch about that camper a lot, because like I don't see how people live in like full-time RV life. Not for me. I like my space, and I love a good kitchen. So anyways, in the beginning of this year, we had a well put in, and then I also had a friend come over with his skid steer and excavator and help me like cut down trees and, you know, prepare stuff for like gardens and a perennial food forest. And we also had, where we're standing in now, is a tiny home, custom built and delivered to the property. I think that was in like March or April. So you're standing in a 14x32. Some people would consider it a shed, but the way that I had it custom built, it's built up to code just like a normal tiny home would be. It's actually kind of overly built. So once we got in this 14x32 space, I kind of realized that this still wasn't quite big enough for what I had in mind. So I'm currently only using this little bitty space on this side of the house. You'll see me in it when I film my videos, and that is like my kitchen for now, but y'all, I need a big one. So hopefully in a few months, you will see us break ground and build construction on our kitchen add-on, which will be going through these doors right here. And we're hoping to build a 12x32 kitchen dining room onto this. So I'm super excited for that. And when that happens, y'all just know we're going to get back into canning and a whole lot more preserving than I have been able to. And so I'm super excited. So that's where we're at right now. We run this property completely off of solar panels and a Delta Pro Ultra system for our like inverter and batteries. We do have a well. We lived off of rainwater for the first year that we were here. Some other frequently asked questions we get. We do have a septic tank that was required by our state. They don't allow like compost and toilets and stuff. So we did have to get a septic tank, which, you know, it is what it is. What else can I tell you about us? Chris is also an avid fisherman, so there will be some vlogs and videos coming of us taking his boat out. He does have a little like fishing ski that he likes to take out in the winter for fishing. And then in the summer we take out my pontoon. So we have become quite the boat people over the past few years. So you may see some fishing videos coming up pretty soon. And I'm trying to think what else. It's kind of hard to like tell people all about you without like, I don't know. I feel like I'm condensing it down. So anyway, so that's pretty much it about us. So if you're interested in like prepper content, homesteading content, we are kind of slowing down that gardening content right now. But mainly, I think this winter we're just going to focus on building this tiny home up some more and finishing out some things with it. And then also getting prepared because, you know, it's time to buckle down, guys, because everyone needs to get prepared if you're not already. Let's just put it that way. I hate to sound so doomsday-ish, but these days it's kind of like, you kind of got to be a little bit more straightforward with people. So if this is your first time seeing us and that's something that interests you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. And hopefully I will get better as we go along at just rambling off and talking to myself in the camera. All right, so I'm going to pause this video here. We'll come back in just a minute. I'm hoping that Chris is almost done planing, and then we can start ripping them down and cutting them and get this wall done, because I want to get it done. Hey, Chris. So yeah, so Chris is putting up the rest of the wood to finish this wall up. He built this wall and we just never did finish the top because it needed different cuts or whatever. So this will eventually be the door to the pantry, and then that room over there will eventually be a bathroom. Right now it's just one big open space, and it's kind of just our catch-all and also my kitchen for right now. So, but he's gonna finish it up, and then Mr. Bear will get hung right there when it's all said and done. So good morning. It is day 2 of getting stuff done this weekend. So we got a ton of laundry that I got to put away, and then I have about 3 more loads that I need to catch up on, which it is cold outside. And I don't know if y'all have ever used one of those like ringer washers, but it is not fun to use once the temp gets down. Chris is out there emptying the tanks on the camper to get us ready for the next week. If you're new here, my daughter still lives in the camper. She's completely taken it over. But we still do use the bathroom in there since we don't have a bathroom built in here yet. So you can see I have clothes hung everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. They didn't get dry outside, so we brought them in last night so they wouldn't be like full of dew this morning. So they're just scattered. So the plan is today to continue finishing up the laundry, get this freaking place cleaned up because it is a mess. And then I think Chris is going to continue on the walls here. And he was also talking about resealing the camper today. So lots to do. And we're supposed to see some more rain coming in tomorrow. So got to get as much done outside as we can. Also didn't realize that it was getting down into like the 30s last night. So I have 3 plants that need to come in. So I've got to clean them up, make sure there's no bugs on them or anything like that. Get them inside. And then I have a tomato plant over here that I have to like hope that some of the tomatoes are still good. And I got to pull those off today. It's got to be done. So, all right, well, come along, day 2. Let's see if we can get some more things done. I'm not sure like how many of these tomatoes are still good. So I just brought a big old basket. Probably be sad if I only put like 3 in here. But I'm going to try to make my way down here. There's a lot still growing. So let me show you this. So let's see. This starting, use my hands correctly. There. All the way over. All the way over there. That is all what is called Everglades tomatoes. And if you've never heard of them, let me tell you a little bit about them first. So they are a wild tomato that was grown by the Seminole Indians in the Everglades. And so they are what's considered a wild tomato. And you can see how tiny they are. And they are packed with flavor. The most flavorful tomato you've ever had in your life. The first time I ever grew them, Chris was like, you have to grow them all times. Now I think you can find these seeds online, but the original plant from this came from the Everglades. Like some guy hiked like 15 miles through the Everglades, found one growing, brought the seeds back and grew it and shared the plant with me. What's crazy is I never planted this plant here. Not one time. This plant, we grew it at our old house, and I guess when we first bought this property, we were camping up here, and so either I brought some with us to eat, and we threw a seed out, and it grew, or the chickens had eaten some and pooped it out, and it grew. So I never planted this. Now, this will come back every year. It'll die all the way back through the winter, and then the ones that I leave on here that have dropped down to the ground, those will come back again next year. So if you do decide to find you some Everglades seeds, make sure that you put it where you're okay with it growing forever, because it's just going to grow and take over. Luckily, I'm okay with it growing here. It's our old chicken coop, which I'll probably take down and kind of, I don't know, maybe clean this up, make it prettier. But we'll have my kitchen will be on this side of the house, and then we're going to have a little small deck coming around here. So I think we're far enough away Let's see if I can. So I think we're kind of far enough away. The deck will probably end like right there, that this can just grow up and do its own little thing. So, all right, I'm gonna harvest these, and then there's so many. Let me show you. So it's already like climbed up there. See all of these tomatoes? Those are pokeberry. But do you see all of the tomatoes? And like I said, it grows. Chris even like accidentally like cut some when he was weed eating. Like, see? It comes all the way out here. It's created like quite the little like shelter for the chickens. But see if I can get in this. See, there's so many. Isn't that wild? It goes all the way over there. And then you can see where some are already dropping to the ground, so that will be next year's crop. But yeah, I will forever grow Everglades tomato. They're just absolutely amazing. So let's harvest them, see how many we got, and then let winter take its course. So I haven't even really got that far into the bush, and that's how much we've gotten so far. Good morning, Gary. He's a sweet rooster. Oh. One of them must have took off with the tomato. They are gone. Okay, so that and this one right here and this one right here, those are the original plants that sprouted. So it comes from all the way, it grew all the way up there and then all the way out here. And there's part of the plant growing. See, there's more of it growing right there. Kind of be careful with snakes. But yeah, isn't that wild? Wild tomatoes, y'all. Also harvesting the clusters that maybe just have like one or two starting to go red. Because if you didn't know, keeping them on the vine like this and then being close to a tomato that's already ripening, that tomato is going to release a gas that's going to tell these that it's time to ripen up. So they won't be as flavorful if I had let them just stay and ripen up, but they'll still be really good and still be tomatoes. Chickens. All right, so there's how many we got. I threw a bunch out, paid the rooster tax because Gary was over here like, give me some tomatoes. So there was a ton that fell on the ground as I was pulling, but I'm going to leave them because I want even more of these next year. And there's still a lot of like green ones, so I'm going to leave them. We're still about 2 weeks away from our first frost date, so I'll just keep coming back and check in to see. Maybe we'll get another batch of them, but for now, this is what we got, which is a pretty good little lick of maters. I'm gonna take them inside and cook them up or something, do something with them. I'm not sure where Chris went. I think he is on to doing the top of the camper set though. I better put them inside because the chickens will get them. Oh yeah, he is getting the ladder ready to get on top and reseal the camper. So, lots to do. It's so weird. I don't like you up there. It's kind of freaky. It's one of the chickens. I think they were just chasing each other. Yeah, they're just chasing each other. Does it feel pretty stable up there? Is she up there too? Oh. I thought you were on top of the camper with Dad. What do you need? He don't need nothing.
No, it's stable but flimsy. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally like on plywood, so it's kind of like.
I figured it would feel like if you sit on a bucket top.
I mean, you can walk across it, but I just try to like spread weight out.
Yeah.
A little bit. I'm not trying to introduce any leaks or nothing.
Don't fall through.
Yeah, I don't need a gaping hole in the roof.
Yeah, don't do that. All right, well, I'm getting ready to fold laundry.
All right.
But I'm not endorsing his agenda. You know, I'm still going to talk to him. We'll keep talking.
Has spaghetti all in my face.
All right, so Chris got it finished. We are all buttoned up, and so now the next part, Chris will have to work on like closing off the ceiling part. And then we still have a couple of boards left. So hopefully we'll work on this little area where the wood stove's gonna go. But I think that's all we're gonna get done today. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here, and then we'll post it and see how it does. So thanks for joining us. See y'all later.